Dave Chappelle recounts a personal encounter with Jim Carrey during a Netflix special. He shares his disappointment at not meeting the real Jim Carrey, as the actor was fully immersed in his role as Andy Kaufman. Chappelle humorously compares this experience to how trans people make him feel, drawing a parallel between encountering someone deeply committed to a role and the authenticity of individuals expressing their true identity. Don't miss. How does Dave Chappelle's experience with Jim Carrey relate to his views on the trans community? What role did Norm MacDonald play in Dave Chappelle's life according to the text? How does Chappelle's narrative reflect broader societal attitudes towards the transgender community?
And the only thing that got me out of that space was a comedian friend of mine, the late, great Norm MacDonald. That's right. Shout out to Norm. And what Norm did, which I'll never forget, is he knew that I was the biggest Jim Carrey fan in the world. Now, I'm not gonna go all into it, but Jim Carrey is talented in a way that you can't practice or rehearse. What a God-given talent. I was fascinated with him. And Norm knew that. And he called me up and he goes, Dave, he says, I'm doing a movie with Jim Carrey. Do you want to meet him? And I said, fuck, yes, I do.
Norm MacDonald called me up and he goes, Dave, I'm doing a movie with Jim Carrey. Do you want to meet him? And I said, fuck yes, I do. The narrative recounts the exhilarating experience of meeting Jim Carrey through Norm MacDonald, highlighting the importance of personal connections and the profound impact of shared interests. This impromptu encounter adds significant depth and joy to personal significance.
And it was the first time I could remember since my father died being excited. And the movie was called Man on the Moon. I didn't know any of this. And in this movie, Jim Carrey was playing another comedian I admired, the late, great Andy Kaufman. Yes, and Jim Carrey was so immersed in that role that from the moment he woke up to the time he went to bed at night, he would live his life as Andy Kaufman.
Jim Carrey was so immersed in that role that from the moment he woke up, he would live his life as Andy Kaufman. Jim Carrey's commitment to embodying Andy Kaufman goes beyond a mere narrative. It stands as a profound illustration of an artist's unwavering quest for authenticity. Carrey's approach extends to fully immersing himself in the character, paying homage to talent, and embracing the profound commitment inherent in the artistic journey.
I didn't know that. When they said cut, this nigga was still Andy Kaufman. So much so that everybody on the crew called him Andy. I didn't know any of that. I just went there to meet him, and when he walked into the room where we were supposed to meet, I screamed, Jim Carrey! And everyone said, no! Call him Andy. And I didn't understand. And then he came over and he was acting weird. I didn't know he was acting like Andy Kaufman. Just like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, hello. Andy? Now, in hindsight, how fucking lucky am I that I got to see one of the greatest artists of my time immersed in one of his most challenging processes ever.
In hindsight, how fucking lucky am I that I got to see one of the greatest artists of my time immersed in one of his most challenging processes ever. In exploring serendipity and observing a skilled artist navigate a challenging creative process, one discovers comfort in unique experiences and personal journeys. This deep dive fosters a profound appreciation for artistic excellence combined with steadfast commitment.
Very lucky to have seen that. But as it was happening, I was very disappointed. Because I wanted to meet Jim Carrey, and I had to pretend this nigga was Andy Kaufman all afternoon. And he was clearly Jim Carrey. I could look at him and I could see he was Jim Carrey. Anyway, I say all that to say, that's how trans people make me feel.
That's how trans people make me feel. Comedian Dave Chappelle's recent comments where he expresses a desire to meet Jim Carrey, alongside his reflections on transgender individuals, elicit complex emotional reactions. The response to Chappelle's words revolves around his unique emotional range and his specific stance on the transgender community. It further explores how personal emotions shape authentic experiences and contribute to one's broader worldview. In his Netflix special, Dave Chappelle employs a unique storytelling approach, humorously drawing a parallel between his encounter with Jim Carrey and his sentiments regarding interactions with trans individuals. Through this analogy, Chappelle skillfully captures the nuanced and occasionally contradictory emotions that individuals can navigate in specific social situations. Dave Chappelle's transformative journey, as depicted through encounters with Jim Carrey and Norm MacDonald, explores the intricate links between identity, societal expectations, and the harsh realities of existence. The narrative delves into the process of identity formation, revealing existential facets and highlighting the profound impact of external perceptions on self-expression. Chappelle's initial emotions, a mix of disappointment and privilege, clash vehemently, reflecting an internal conflict. The immersion of Jim Carrey and Andy Kaufman into their personas adds complexity, mirroring the struggle between personal desires and the starkness of reality. Chappelle metaphorically links this experience to sentiments about transgender individuals, unveiling the intricate web of identity perception, the influence of societal norms, and the unease when confronting divergent identities. His storytelling serves as a poignant plea for empathy and deeper understanding, navigating the labyrinthine dynamics of identity, advocating for acceptance and fostering an inclusive social environment. Additionally, Chappelle's adept use of humor in addressing sensitive topics underscores comedy's pivotal role in steering cultural conversations, reshaping societal norms, promoting dialogue, and increasing awareness of identity-centric concerns.
What do you think?
I promote myself and my videos. Hello, I'm Bong Sim, a Canadian resident of Asian descent. During the day, I work as a professional counselor, and at night, I do Uber food delivery. Instead of speaking in my videos, I prefer to express myself through writing. In today's world, speaking the truth can have serious consequences, both for my professional life and personal well-being. That's why I'm choosing to pen down my thoughts and using a platform to share them on my behalf. Some people find my videos uninteresting, too strict, and they even criticize the appearance of the individuals featured, including their tiredness, Asian, or perceived flaws. I understand these concerns, but I genuinely believe in the purpose behind creating these videos. Unfortunately, recent Canadian legislation has resulted in the censorship of free speech and online content. And although Google hasn't explicitly admitted their involvement, I suspect they play a part in it. Despite my efforts to monetize my content on YouTube, I haven't been able to earn any income from it. I've tried 3 times, and all my attempts were rejected. They turned me down for reasons like lacking creativity, not having a recognizable face, or not having a distinct voice. Nevertheless, I've made several adjustments to my videos, hoping to overcome these challenges. If you share my belief and support what I'm doing, I would genuinely appreciate your backing.